Might some kind soul help me?
Professor Weasley? Somewhere... What is this place?
This is the Room of Requirement. It only appears when one is in real need of it. Ordinarily, a student might stumble upon this room entirely by accident, if ever. I'd only planned to suggest to you how to find it by walking past that bit of wall, focusing on what you need. But you've managed to reveal the room on your own. While I'm here, we should take advantage of the moment. Now, where is Deke? He must have sneaked past and gone ahead.
Deke, Professor.
The house elf I was speaking to in my classroom your first day. Thought he might help you use the room once you found it. There's no chance I'm clambering over this mess. This presents the perfect opportunity to teach you Evanesco, the vanishing spell. You can cast Evanesco to vanish certain objects, such as these chairs and other things here in the room. I suggest you practice the wand movements first, then you can clear the chair. Splendid. Now, Evanesco on those chairs. Excellent work. You'll note that you are now in possession of Moonstone. We shall discuss its uses later. Let's move on. Where in Merlin's name is that elf? Is that dear me?
Can't you keep it down? Some of us are trying to rest.
My old school bag. Where that had got to. I can't believe it's still here. I'll just take a quick look at this. Give you an opportunity to explore on your own until we locate Deke.
Yes, Professor. Hope this isn't as precarious as it looks.
An intruder! Stop!
Lumos!
No, not... that's not...
Lumos!
You worthless pile of tin.
How does anyone other than a house elf manage to get around in here? What was that? Was that a golden stitch?
Perhaps you should summon...
I hope that house elf can find us in here. Reparo! Lumos! Yikes! Careful!
Huh? Oh, there you are. Wait right there. Deke will come to you. Hello.
Ah, Deke, we've been looking for you.
Apologies, Professor Weasley. Deke was looking through some of what's appeared in the room since Deke was last here. Is this the student?
Indeed it is.
Deke is honored to meet you.
Deke has been a friend since I was a second year. We discovered this room together. I mentioned you to Deke. We believe that you might be able to benefit from this room like I did. Deke, would you be so kind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. The room of requirement. It's unplottable, so won't Deke's seen students in need. You seem to have accepted.
I was thinking about needing a...
Oh, that explains it.
What I need specifically?
Well then, the room. Now, it's time to focus on what you need. Just close your eyes. Imagine the room precisely as you need it. The room will do the rest.
You've given yourself quite a canvas to work with. I look forward to seeing what you do with the space. Ah, and it seems the room has provided you with a desk of description. Excellent. It can identify unfamiliar items of clothing. One should always understand the effects of anything in which one is clothed. You'll find plenty of items of clothing that need to be identified. The desk will be an invaluable resource.
This will be more useful when I have something to identify. I imagine the desk of description will come in handy.
Now, I'll give you a brief lesson.
Conjuring?
Yeah. Very good. When conjuring, spellcrafts are like recipes. You should have acquired some for a...
I did. What?
While resources such as... They can also be collected by...
I see.
You can indeed. Why don't you give it a try? You should find both familiar... Well done. You can use these whenever you need to brew potions or grow plants. Presuming, of course, you've collected any seeds or potion ingredients you need in Hogsmeade or outside the castle grounds. Deke will be here to answer any questions you may.
I will be sure.
Good luck.
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins.
Listen, Professor. So, Nearly Headless Nick asked me to get...
Rotten roast beef?
Yes, I thought it was odd too.
You met the Headless Hunt?
Yes, and then...
Who on earth...
He was a student here long ago. I found the missing pages.
You...
I did. And because Jack, believe it or not, it's a room below.
Why am I not
I was hoping you'd say that. The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way. And a portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
To think it was beneath us all this time. This looks promising. A map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend?
I do.
That you have come this far, the potential and power of which... The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, trials that you must complete. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vaulting?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the portkey and of...
Precisely. Charles is another of the keepers, a designation we gave ourselves in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until, perhaps, now.
So... the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate but of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trial. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we may already be too late.
This is grave news indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trial...
Shall we have a look? I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
It looks familiar. Perhaps your young friend.
As your mentor.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as...
Until then.
More cozy than Hogsmeade.
Beadle the Bard is a bit too hairy-hearted for my taste.
Ah, new face. Wonderful.
Hello, Miss...
Albie Week's at your service. Shop's been closed since trade routes with it. And I've only just returned. Got a few rare U-weavers available. Wind-wisps too. No matter...
Sounds quite the array of...
What are we looking for today? You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. Thanks for stopping by. Whilst nearly you...
Go on.
But you may notice I have some ideas for... What I need is someone... As it happens, an ideal situation I could complete...
That sounds intriguing.
Thank you. The time trial should be a... Once you've beaten Imelda's time, be sure...
Revelio. Can't help but admire Mr. Weeks' enthusiasm.
Over here.
We're not alone.
We are not. Ranrock's loyalists.
Can't we apparate past them into the...
We could, but we've no idea. More importantly, however, they've set up camp just a...
Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here. No sense in announcing our arrival. Quickly now. Charge right into their mist. Oh.
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Refuse to be defeated. One less humour to worry about.
Incendium!
Vicious love! Vegetation does not belong in battle.
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
I won't rest.
Incendium! Expelliarmus! Revelio. Levioso. Revelio. Orders. Directly from Ranrock.
These orders indicate that they're after something to do with names. What names? And why here?
I will draw blood.
Expelliarmus Incendio.
How childish!
Levioso.
Won't be stopped.
Incendio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Incendio.
Stop avoiding me!
Levioso. Revelio.
Looks like we found the entrance.
It's more than mere coincidence that we encountered Ranrock's loyalty. It's locked. An unlocking charm.
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
Revelio.
Welcome to San Bakar's Tower.
Hello, Professor. Did you say San Bakar's Tower?
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct in presuming that we would meet again soon after our last encounter. Though I surmise, based on the commotion I heard, that you did not have an easy time getting to me.
We did.
That goblins were aware of. But if they have also made a connection to this tower, downstairs near the entry, a reservoir, command it to access a door. As Professor Fig cannot join you, remember what you see.
We're going to need to understand how Ranrock's loyalists knew about a tower that once belonged to a keeper. For the moment, however, you've more important things to set your mind to. A reservoir of ancient magic, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Then I shall leave matters in your increasingly capable hands. That said, be careful.
I will, sir. I'll see you back in the map chamber. Revelio. A reservoir of ancient magic. Downstairs, near the entry. I've seen this before, in Gringotts and the restricted section. Impressive. That must have done something. Best have a look around. More traces of ancient magic. Something must be different. These are never a welcome sight. At least I know what to expect this time. Expelliarmus, Incendio! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! These look familiar. Accio! More statues. Expelliarm, Incendio, Confringo. Incendio. Not making this easy on me. Accio. I presume we're looking for traces of ancient magic. But where? Seems I ought to explore this archway from both sides. Accio! What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the archway? Something must be different. Accio! never get used to these floors. Expelliarmus! Incendio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Levioso! Incendio! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio! Accio! Don't like the look of this. Expelliarmus! Incendio! Levioso! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Protego! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Levioso! Confringo! Protego! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Confringo! Accio! What a relief. Another pensive.
Your ability to transfigure the world around you is remarkable. What is it?
My father isn't getting better. I don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago, but the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty pillars, he needs peace. What if I could help him, Professor?
You do so much for your father already.
It's not enough. I want to take away his pain.
It is tempting, I know, to use this magic that you're mastering to transfigure more than the physical world. But human emotion is a potent force unto itself. Even the most well-meaning and competent witch cannot possibly know the consequences of irrevocably manipulating it.
So I'm to watch as my father's pain destroys him.
It is not your pain to take. Every year, a student sees something sillier than I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morganach, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
That's going to take some getting used to. Professor Rickwood?
I was so pleased to hear that you'd accepted the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts, Professor.
Sit, Isadora. Tell us about your travels.
I was actually hoping that you and the others might join me at my home this evening. There's much I'd like to share with you.
That would be delightful. We shall let the others know.
Very well. I shall see you then.
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here. Revelio! More crystallized stone. That must be...
What have we here?
I'm a student at Hogwarts, sir. And
Professor Charles Rookwood at your service.
I have, Professor. We saw you in the pensive in Gringotts.
Indeed. So, you found the portkey to access Professor...
I did. I found some...
Ah, yes. You will find a similar artifact in each. Once you have them all, we will tell you what to do with them.
Very well. Are you able to tell me anything about...
Before you proceed, I would like to speak with Charles regarding the urgent situation.
The goblins?
The student has seen traces of a They and their mentor, Professor, they also encountered a powerful...
I'm afraid it would be wise to halt the trials until we know more.
We shall defer to you in this matter, of course. Now then...
Wait, Professor. The name Rookwood. Do you think...
that there's a connection to Victor? Perhaps, but we can't be sure of its significance. For now, tell me what you saw in the pen...
Before the witch from the last pensive.
Hopefully the next pensive... I will be honest. I've no idea where to start.
Actually, I might know of some.
Well, it's worth a try. See what you can find.
My studies. Yes, sir.
Before you go...
Professor?
Have you encountered swirling traces of magic in the world? Aside...
Not that I recall. What are they?
Evidence of the Keeper's efforts to manipulate the power. If I am correct, and I usually am...
Thank you, sir.